It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This will be taken in at the 1. And they're going to have poor starting field position as he's out of bounds at his Coach, thanks. We're about 12 miles south of the future home of the Chargers at the current home of the Chargers, and that's Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West between the Denver Broncos and our home team. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready. White 25. 48 mark. Here we go. Check. 20. Let's go.
Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
You go tight. You got tight. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Easy. Hey. 66. Pull it. High.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
Green, triple team. Hey, come on, yo. Come on, yo.
From the gun, Winston. Buying time to his left. And that will be incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And he gets this away. And look at this. This is a good one. And it's taken in at the 9. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line.
Bang, 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 bang. 54. He's coming. It's free.
Now it's Watson. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. On 1st and 10, Watson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover him. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
Looking to run with Mack. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. And one of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you could darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
They'll run it with Mack, and he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Marlon Mack, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Now Matt Prater for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos.
Makes the score Broncos 7, Chargers 0.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
After the interception, here's Watson being chased out left. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
This is it. 19. Check 55. Mike. Get trapped. Get trapped. Switch. 29. Kill.
On second down, it's Mack, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well.
Y'all playing the wrong football.
Watson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Give that sack to Harrison Phillips, the big man. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal. Now, that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Charger drive about to get going. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8 at the 44-yard line.
Geis with a carry on second down. Tackle made there by Chidobe Awuzie.
Big hit.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
Flip. 52. Defense wins championship. Wait. Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. That's all right. Let me go.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. And a throw there going to be incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that will go out of the back of the end zone. Way too much mustard. Not a good punt, and it will come out to the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. Now a 1st down throw, Watson. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
But there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
What is that? 19. I got you, boy. I can land. Mike 55. 55. 55. 55. 55. Line him up. 55. Line him up.
Looking to throw again on second down. Watson under pressure now. Watson, and down he goes. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack. Well, it was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. Down as well. 55.
Third and long. It's Watson. Dumps this one off to Mack. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a fourth down situation. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. First down, Winston. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on second and 10. They go play action. Winston. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. His first half struggles continue. He has yet to complete a pass. Hard to believe.
It is, because I don't see anything wrong with him physically. Maybe he's a little amped up to begin with. Would have thought he would have settled down by now. I think someone's got to get in his ear, got to be a psychologist a little bit, and get him back on track.
56. Months 56. Easy. 56 to
on third down, Winston. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth.
Watch the twist. Tommy. 56, Mike. Let's go.
On fourth down, they do snap it to Winston. He's going to loft one deep. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 coming up. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Check it backer. Hey, 59.
Throwing on second down. Watson going deep for Diggs. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Bravo. Mike 55. Mike 55. Here we go. Mike 54. 55. Hey, eat. Come on, baby.
Faking the give. Now Watson. Gets it to Meredith, complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And they're going to go with the jet sweep. This is Diggs with it. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
It's a bit of a dangerous part of the field for them to break into their bag of tricks, but for a minute there, I thought it was going to set up perfectly for them. Instead, they don't get into the end zone, but they do pick up positive yardage.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends.
Watch the boot. Give it down. Mike 55. Watch the curve.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They held him out on 2nd down, and now here's 3rd and goal.
I don't think you got it, son. Big dash. Come. Hey, 31. Switch. Out, go.
They'll try and run. Here's Mack, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Marlon Mack with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but hold on, we finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Dalvin Tomlinson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Mike 48.
Jameis to throw it. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Dalvin Tomlinson, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for L.A. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Let's take it inside his own 40. And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. A first update now from Cleveland. And now the Redskins, they've opened up a 2-touchdown lead there. I would definitely imagine we'll hear more from that game as we go along. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 44-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait in, enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. On 2nd and 11 now. Watson completes this one to Meredith. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson completes it to Lee. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. On 1st down, it's Watson. Trying to lay one up deep. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go, ball on the 43.
Undercrush. 24. Slam. Slump up. 36.
Throwing again is Watson. That's complete. It's Collins. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Again, it's Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Final 17 seconds of the half here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spending...
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Bud Dupree in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Now let's go. Mike 50, Mike 50. We got to get the ball. Can you get the ball right here? Let's go.
Now Watson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And got his man complete. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. A huge play there for Denver. 46 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Mack. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. And credit the tackle to Derek Barnett. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
That's what I do. Check 9, check 9. 9-4.
Staying on the ground with Mack. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
We're set. Take. Record. Tight end right. Alert. Ain't no look back. Set. Mike 50, huh? Target. Mike 50.
Now Watson throwing on 3rd and long. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Tight dog. Under 10.
To throw is Winston. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And instead, they want to throw it off play action. They'll let this go deep for Sutton. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Fielded at the 20. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down.
17 yards. First down, Denver.
Listen, 19. He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Go.
Here's the first carry for Alex Collins. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
50. That's right, baby. They don't want it. Back. That's it. Down him, go. Shoot. That's 55. Down him, go.
On second down, here's a run with Mack. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
He's set. Man up, deep. Check 52. That's 31. Shift. No trade.
They keep it on the ground. Mack again. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Check. First down. And 24. Check 13. Check 13.
This is Collins on a handoff. About 3 yards there to the 27. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Check three. Alert. Put it to check, bomber. Put it to check, bomber.
And they'll try the jet sweep here. The tackle there by Fabian Moreau.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Hey, let's get this. Watch the eye. Back to the court.
We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Broncos on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 4.
Check 43. Check 31. 54. Now let's go.
Here's Watson. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Joey Bosa in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He'll have the win at his back here in the 4th quarter. And the 13-year man puts it through. And the lead now increases to 20-0. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Winston. He completes this to Sutton. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. On 1st and 10, Winston. And this is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. And now it's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in. Sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Got it.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Here I come. 61, matchbox lights. Yo, go. Hey, zoom. 6 guys, check 6 guys.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
1st and 10.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now, that turnover might just about do it. Here, fourth quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
You're exactly right. They played smart, couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
A lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Now a first carry for their fullback, and he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering whether they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
Second and 10 at their 49-yard line.
Mike. 19. 55. Mike. Rip right. Wide. Get wide. Alert. Line him, go.
On second down now. It's Mack. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Broncos on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 9. From the 50, it's Watson. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is caught at the 20. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Just a yard on the gain there, and that leaves him with 14 yards still to go on third down.
Go.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
A loss of a yard brings up 4th down.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. And this one a 41-yard attempt. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And that will up the score now. It's 23-zip. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. The Charger drive about to get going. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better.
Yeah. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Jadeveon Clowney, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
Go. Motion to A. Charlie. Look. Squeeze. Check. Five.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Denver, they pick up win number 7 on the year, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, it'll be loss number 6 on the season for them, and they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.